If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, if you want to tell me you hate my videos, the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Swae Lee goes in on Joe Budden. Meanwhile, Drake trolls Joe Budden at his pool party. Obama drops his summer playlist, and Nore releases a song called Energy. Let's talk hip-hop.
I know it's your job to comment on other people's lives and other people's success and other people's business and other people's crafts. You know what I'm saying? That's your job, to comment on other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't laying no verses. You ain't dropping single in centuries. So this nigga decides to get on his little podcast. Veins popping out his head. Veins popping out his head. Screaming, spitting and shit. Talking about my singles was trash. My nigga, them songs is straight heat, boy, international. And I know that for a fact, so I don't need your opinion on my song, Joe Budden. I don't need your opinion on my songs, you feel me? That song wasn't written about you. It wasn't written for you. It wasn't written in mind of you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make the beat. You didn't have a verse on it. You ain't did a verse in centuries, my nigga. You ain't even dropped a song in centuries.
Alright, so basically, alright, so I gotta say, right, this is the most disrespectful situation that I done seen in a minute, right? So yeah, Swae Lee is talking about Joe Budden, but really doesn't go like, yo, fuck you, Joe Budden, you a bitch, nothing like that, right? He's just basically defending himself, right? So the whole thing is that Joe Budden on his podcast was reviewing music and basically talking about Swae Lee's new single, right? And Swae Lee has Drake on his new single, and basically Joe Budden, his general consensus was that the song was horrible, right? The reason why he says that the song was horrible is because he's saying that, you know, really and truly, it sounds like Swae Lee is trying to chase a sound. He's still trying to chase that same sound that him and French Montana had a couple years ago with Unforgettable. Also, you know, on Drake's playlist on More Life, you know, Drake has that song Passion Fruit. And it just kind of, you know, according to Joe Budden, kind of sounds like, you know, Swae Lee is just trying to recreate a moment that happened a couple years ago by just constantly coming out with the same song that kind of sounds the same, right? So, you know, Joe Budden kind of said it's nasty, and that, you know, Swae Lee has a few songs like this now, like that Afro beat or like soca kind of vibe, kind of music, and Joe Budden is like, yo, listen, like, bro, leave it alone, right? It's better when it comes together organically, right? So Swae Lee responds, and he's basically like, I'm not chasing a sound. I can make songs that sound like anything. I can make songs that sound like this, you know, easy and quick, and it's nothing for me, and this is my vibe. You know, you just mad because we ain't on no boom bap rappity rap type music. He also disses Joe Budden and said, Joe Budden, you haven't dropped a single in a minute, and all you do is sit around and talk about people, so you really have no grounds to stand on it and no reason to critique my music, right? And it's kind of funny because Joe Budden and Swae Lee are actually cool. Well, they used to be cool, I guess, up until yesterday, right? If they ever run into each other at a party, I'm sure they would be like, yo, what up? So, and Joe Budden's criticism wasn't really on no, yo, you better, you know, all your music is whack and everything. Joe Budden even said during his podcast that, hey, we like Swae Lee, we love Swae Lee's music, but this song is not good, right? Rory agreed with him and said, yeah, this song is not good. Mal said, I like the song, you know what I'm saying? Me, personally, I like the song. I think it's a vibe. Is it the best song that I ever heard from Swae Lee? No, but it's a cool song, right? So also, yesterday, Joe Budden last night had his pool party, and during the beginning of the pool party, like a little bit before the sun even started going down, he was on live on Instagram, just kind of being like, yo, we here, we at the pool party, blah, blah, blah. And Champagne Poppy, Drake, jumps on Joe Budden's live. And this is funny, right? Because Joe Budden and Drake have a little history, right? So at first, Drake is like, yo, he heard the same thing that Swae Lee responded to on Joe Budden's podcast. Drake heard it too. So Drake is like, yo, play your diss songs to me, see if they slap, right? Because Drake and Joe Budden dissed each other, but this was like years ago, man, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? The whole situation was, it was over a girl, I think, and, you know, Drake was kind of throwing subliminals at Joe Budden. So this was on Joe Budden's podcast, like back before, you know, they was really popping on YouTube, back before like the Spotify deal and all that stuff. Joe Budden was playing every single song that Drake had subbed him on and breaking every line down and stopping it and being like, right there, Drake is subbing me, right there. Drake never said Joe Budden's name, but he definitely was throwing subs at him, right? And then Joe Budden came back with a scathing, more than one, probably like 7, I'm not even gonna bullshit you, like 7 diss tracks against Drake, right? Which is crazy, right? But the whole thing is that after that situation with Joe Budden and Drake, where they was dissing each other, I feel like Joe Budden actually gained a little bit of respect for Drake, and I think he also respects anybody who dares to step into like the lyrical battle arena with him, right? So he has respect for Drake, he has respect for Lil B, who dissed him, he has respect for the Game, who dissed him too, and that's cool, right? That Joe Budden can look past it and say, you know what, I respect y'all, right? But anyway, so during that time, I guess Drake just felt like he wanted to troll Joe Budden last night while he was at the pool party. So then Drake kept on commenting on the live, and Drake said, pump it up, we'll send that Airbnb into a frenzy on God, right? Just basically trolling him like, yo, this ain't even your crib, you acting like this your mansion and everything, that's that's an Airbnb. He goes, pump it up, we'll send them into a frenzy on God, right? He's just trolling him, telling him to play different songs, right? And he said, yo, that shit look like it's sponsored by Four Loko, talking about the pool party, right? Crazy, right? Then he goes, play Story of Adidon now and let's see if it rings off. I promise the only person that's gonna know the words is Rob Markman, right? Talking about the dude from Genius, right? Just hilarious. Basically, like, the only people that even listen to Story of Adidon today are like those hip-hop purists, like hippity hop, wearing your Timbs in the summertime type dudes, right? It was hilarious, right? And then, you know, Joe Budden just kind of was responding to Drake and saying, you know, on the live saying, yo, bro, we about to play a whole Drake set right now. He was like, stop it, Drake, stop it. And just laughing it off, right? Because really ain't no beef between Drake and Joe Budden, right? It ain't no beef between Swae Lee and Joe Budden, right? I've never seen a rapper respond to somebody in such a respectful manner, you know? And then also, I kind of feel like sometimes the record label will actually pay like a certain like media outlet or a certain like entity in order to like, I guess, bring more light to a certain project or song, because, you know, Hot Girl Summer came out with Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj, and that song is booming, right? Quality Control, they got their new album, and pretty much every song off of that is booming, but nobody's really talking about that Drake and Swae Lee song, so I kind of feel like, and I mean, don't quote me or nothing, but I kind of feel like the record label probably like paid Joe Budden to be like, yo, listen to this, or try to bring light to a certain project, you know, just so that it could get like more streams or whatever the case may be. But you know, ain't no real beef between them, and Swae Lee, he was the most respectful and disrespectful at the same time to Joe Budden. It's like, I've never seen a more respectful response from a rapper pretty much ever. So that's kind of why I feel like, you know, it might be a little bit orchestrated, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. So Barack Obama, President Obama, right, drops his summer playlist, right? And this is cool, and a lot of people are going crazy about it, right? And I'm gonna talk about a few songs on here, but we ain't finna get into the songs that's not even like hip hop related, because the name of the show is called Let's Talk Hip Hop, right? But the first song is Too Good by Drake and Rihanna. He has number 3 is a song Forever Mood with Beyonce, Childish Gambino, and Jay-Z. Number 6 is Juice by Lizzo. Stevie Wonder is number 9. Don't You Worry About a Thing. Lauryn Hill, number 12. Doo Wop. He has Donny Hathaway, number 21. I Love You More Than You'll Even Know. SZA, Go Gina, number 22. 23 is Trey Songz, 2 Chainz, Ty Dolla $ign, and Janae Aiko. It's a vibe. 24, Dang Mac Miller with Innocent Pac, and Dang Mac Miller with Innocent Pac. And that song is fire. I love that song too. He has the Black Keys, number 27, Go. Booed Up, 29, LMA. He has a song with J Balvin, which is 31. Basically 44 songs of kind of everything that he's listening to, this summer. Also, number 40 is Old Town Road with Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus. Of course, because everybody is listening to that song, and they still are, and they've been listening to it pretty much all summer, right? If I would have to say that there would be a song of a summer, I would have to say Old Town Road. Even though Old Town Road came out a little bit before the summer started, right? I think it came out like in March, right? Or no, like in May, right? And then also Hot Girl Summer is a fire song too for the summertime, but it's just that it came out like too late in the summer. Like it came out maybe like 2 weeks ago, and even though it's a fire ass song, I mean, they should have dropped it like in June, right? But of course they didn't plan it. Meg Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj developed an organic relationship, and so that's when they decided to come out with a song together. So it's something that couldn't really have been planned, right? But this is cool. I mean, yeah, shout out to Obama. It seems like every year, like around the summertime, he drops a playlist kind of letting us know what him and Michelle are listening to, which is dope. Let me know what you think about his playlist in the comments.
So we love, but niggas choke under pressure, God. If I didn't choke and he folded under pressure, God. If you the homie, then you lie on me.
Alright, Joe, so Noriega released a song called Energy, right? And this is crazy because on the song, like, I wouldn't say that he's dissing anybody. Well, for sure he's dissing Choke No Joke, right? And for y'all that don't know, Choke No Joke is a dude who, he ended up going to prison for quite some time, but he used to be down with Rockefeller, right? He wasn't really a rapper, but he was behind the scenes on like some Dame Dash type shit. And Choke No Joke has issues with Dame Dash, Jay-Z, and a whole lot of people, right? He's always on Doggy Diamonds' podcast, and he's always talking about like what his issues are with these kind of people, right? So in the song Energy, Noriega said, Choke No Joke choked under pressure, right? He just gave him like one bar, right? And then Choke No Joke seen that and went on his Instagram to respond, right? So Choke No Joke goes, look at Mr. Positive. Goddamn. Let that shit go, Nori. I respectfully decline your interview, okay? And you said you were disappointed, but you could respect it. And then you go and diss me on a record. You are the official poster child for planters. Nigga, you nuts. Someone get this shit. Nigga, go and dig in the ashtray and smoke more roaches. Roach burner. Your nickname should be Raid the way you killing them roaches. You smoke 3 blunts in 10 minutes down to the 5. You a fiend, Nori, and you ain't getting no higher. You officially a drunk chump. You lost the name Champ. You don't even know how fucking corny that you look. You still garbage 20 years later, and that's why 5E didn't even chart on Spotify or Billboard. You suck Nas off so bad, and you mad because I didn't do your show. Y'all go support Nori's new song, Energy. He needs the money clearly because he's dissing me. He rap it again. I thought that he was back in 5E. I still love your retarded ass, Pookie. Like Nas said, step your bars up. Making words up. That's nursery shit. Sit your chiclet mouth ass down. And then he tags 50 Cent and goes, yo, Queens, this emotional nigga making y'all look bad. 50, tell this nigga to get the Raid spray and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like basically Choke No Joke went in on Nori, right? Because Nori dropped this song called Energy, right? And it's crazy because all Nori did was give him one line and say that he choked under pressure, right? But okay, fine, right? And then Noriega also says on the song Energy that Nicki Minaj went and did Joe Budden's podcast instead of his podcast, which, he laughed and respected it, but obviously he's feeling some kind of way because, Nicki is from Queens and he's from Queens. And then Nori says, look, I'm the type of dude that always will put Queens first. Queens get the money, so I support my peoples from Queens. So basically Nori is saying that Nicki Minaj should have went on his podcast and gave him the exclusive joint instead of Joe Budden. But the thing is that, I think the real reason why Nicki went on Joe Budden's podcast, and I don't think that Nicki will not ever go on Drink Champ. She probably will. But the reason why she went on Joe Budden's podcast is because she had something to address with Joe Budden. Like she was upset at Joe Budden and wanted to tell him that, right? I don't think that Nicki Minaj is mad or upset at Nori for anything, right? And then also Also, he mentioned something about Foxy Brown, saying that after the whole interview that he did with Noriega, with Nas, that Foxy Brown hasn't spoke to him at all, and that he misses her, and that's his sister. He was just basically talking about like a lot of different things, right? And kind of going in depth on like what's going on like behind the scenes and all the drama and everything that's going on right now, right? In the beginning of the song, he says, yeah, it's been a long time since I had fun. Let's have fun with this. But in the song, he's addressing like mad personal issues, right? That he has with like various rappers. So the song is fire though, and he is spitting in that shit, right? So Choke No Joke saying that he's whack and he's corny is inaccurate, because Nore's actually bodying the song. And y'all need to listen to it. Check it out. Let me know what y'all think about this and everything else down in the comments below. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram. And y'all already know what to do. Peace.